Hey, it's Allie Edwards and welcome to December Daily, day 10 for 2020. Today we are going to do something that is simple and easy and very straightforward. I like to mix in these kinds of pages in with the ones that are more crafty and creative and all those sorts of things. And as always, remember that you can use the page protectors, right? The page protectors are a very simple guide if you're wanting to work that way this year. And again, thank you for everybody letting me do it the way that I want to do it this time, which is mainly outside of the page protectors. So one of the just really simple and easy ways I like to add a story to an album or to this project specifically is to simply take a 4x6 card and punch holes in it and add it into the album. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm using the Finding Magic in the Smallest Moments. And then I took a picture of the paper whites that are blooming. I know not everybody loves these. Some people think they smell horrible. They're one of my favorite things to have. It is definitely a family tradition to grow paper whites and amaryllis, which I also have. Those are close to blooming. The buds are getting really heavy. But it's something that is important to me to have in our home each winter or each Christmas time, each December. And I just love them. So that's a small moment of magic. We are not doing a lot of things around here, which is perfectly fine for me overall. All right, so let me show you how simple and easy this is going to be. A couple different options, right? Of course, you can just adhere it straight back to back, punch the holes in the side. You'll see me do that in a minute. Call it good. It can just be a page in and of itself, and maybe you put journaling on top of your photo. What I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to adhere around the outer edge and not along the top so that I can slip in a journaling card. Okay, it's going to be able to stick right inside there, and that will become a pocket for the journaling card. I am going to put a number on here. Today's day 10. Sometimes on day 10 I do like a big 10 things of something. I'm not doing it this time. We also have birthdays coming up. Two of our kids have birthdays, one on Saturday and one on Tuesday. So I am going to definitely have some stories to tell related to that coming up. But if you are working on it and you wanted to do something specific, 10 things you're loving right now, that's an awesome option. I know that I have set up the Celebrate page, which I'm going to use for one of the kids' birthday probably. And the stamp that I stamped on there, it says loving the season so very much. And I'm going to document that on there. So that's kind of like the space where I would normally do like a 10 things, or, I have done that kind of thing in the past. But anyway, back to this. So I'm planning that I'm just going to handwrite a little bit of journaling on here. Again, keeping it super simple and easy. And then I'm going to adhere this card, the more sparkle, less stress sentiment card, to the back. Actually, let's just do it now. And then I'm going to add an Avery index tab on the top so that it shows that it's going to be, you can pull it out. If you don't have Avery index tabs, I will definitely link them for you. But we also have those tabs that look like this too, right? That you could just put on the top and then pull it up. So, let's kind of think through that. Sometimes I may actually add one of these on the top and then add the Avery index tab, the plastic tab, along the outside edge, because then that's just another, it makes it super easy to turn the card there. Okay, so let's just add, again, I'm just going to do it along the outer edge for right now so that there's the space for the cards on the inside. I printed this on my Epson, the PictureMate PM400 printer. With that one, it gives you the option to print borderless. This is printing from Photoshop. The option to print borderless or to have the white borders on there. So that's not a custom setting, it's just something that the printer gives me the option to do. I'm going to use this to punch the holes and do that earlier in the process rather than later. And it's probably, I think, yeah, it ends up being the 2 center holes. that are the right size there. Let's use this guy. Okay, so that will be able to fit right into the album. I think, let's see. Another thing I wanted to point out is if you do have the Avery index tabs, you can also adhere the perforated strips that are in the main kit. Some of those fit right on here or pretty close anyway, close enough. So I'm gonna actually trim. I'm going to use the one that says "This Moment Matters," at least on one side here. Trim it down a little bit so it'll fit inside there. This one's going to need to be trimmed along the bottom too, but you can also always stamp on there. That's something else that I do often with these. Actually, I'm going to fold it. I think that'll be easier to stick on there. Actually might fit with that without even trimming it along the bottom. Yeah, I think it will. It's kind of tight, but we'll see. I'm just going to do today's highlight on the back because it is a highlight that I have these plants blooming in the house. And I probably could have just adhered those two back to back, those two pieces back to back, once I knew what the correct length was there. That would have worked fine too. But I like the craft on there. I think that looks good. So what I'm talking about is that I can add this to the outside like this and then use one of these. Which one do I want to do? Probably Joy. Can just go right along the top here, and that's what you will see. Trying to think. So my options are I can just put this on the top, which that may end up being how I want to do it, and I can use the other one rather than along the edge. This could go along the edge too. Yeah, I think I'm going to tuck this inside this time. Partly because I have that white border and I don't think I want the black part to go around, but I like having one of these little guys right there, just along the outside edge. Put a little more adhesive on there. This way you can kind of tuck it down in there a little bit more. Just figure out where I want it, what kind of alignment I want there. Okay, that feels better to me, having just the smaller one on that side and then having the bigger plastic piece on the top that will be with my journaling. That looks really cute. I like that too. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get this on here and then I'm literally just gonna write my journaling and that will be the wrap up for today. Like I said, it's nice to have, well, that's just not even, not even totally even on there. Oh well, we're leaving it. We're not messing with that. Okay, so I want to add a number 10 on, and I'm thinking about, still laughing about how that's just not even close to even. Adding a number 10, I can use the white numbers. I think I'll just do that again because that's a simple and easy. And I'm putting this on last so that it can go over the plastic part of from the Avery index tab there. All right. And I think what I'm just gonna say is literally like, today I am thankful for these plants. That's gonna be kind of the extent of what I'm gonna write there. So actually, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and write it, and then I'll pop back on here and just show you the end result. So I went ahead, just wrote out simple journaling. Today I'm finding myself feeling so thankful for this bulb growing family tradition. We almost always had paperwhites and amaryllis in our December house growing up. They bring me such joy as they bloom and grow in December, totally a sign of hope. For those of you who are Story Kit subscribers, hope is the theme of the next Story Kit that's coming out on the 13th of this month. So I have hope is on the brain today. Hope is definitely on the brain today. All right, so again, like I said, super simple way to add a page into your project. Even if you're working with page protectors and you want to maybe kind of dip your toes into working outside of the page protectors, this is a great way to try that out, kind of test it out for yourself. I also have one set in here for just waiting for a day for me to use this on one of my stories, because there's always a time when things are just blah. They just, every single December that I've done this project, there's always at least one point, if not more, times in the month where that becomes the case. And so I'll probably do something similar when I want to use that one. But today, this story made sense for me. So I've got the sentiment card on the front. I've got my photo on the back. I have my story card that can just simply and easily get slipped right inside here. Kind of love that little bit peeking out with the little number 10 peeking out there. As always, thanks so much for tuning in today. Please subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. One of my things for 2021 is I want to do a weekly YouTube video of some sort related to storytelling. So that's one of my projects that I am hoping to work on in 2021. So if you would love to join me on that adventure, please click subscribe. If you're over on my blog watching this, please click over to YouTube and maybe it'll be something new for you as well in 2021. That's it. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.